happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're doing well and had a good week. Today we're going to look at something interesting. It's something that affects almost everybody's life, but it's kind of a fun thing too. Superstitions. Oh, we all grew up with them. Remember when you were a kid, little sayings like, step on a crack, break your mother's back. Or how about, it's bad luck to walk under a ladder. Or if a black cat crosses your path, it's bad luck. Well, unless you live in England, and then it's good luck. My parents had a black cat on their wedding cake for good luck. I guess it worked because they were married for a long time, and up until my mother died in 2003, and my father passed away in 2010. They had a long, happy marriage. Anyway, some other fun superstitions I'll share with you that my mother shared with me. Now, am I superstitious? No, because I'm a Christian and I put my faith in God, not in strange beliefs. What is a superstition? Well, according to Webster's dictionary, a superstition is a belief held out of ignorance or fear. There you go. So, I'm going to share a few that my mother taught me. And then in the comments, I'd like to hear a few that perhaps you have that may be either regional or things that aren't common superstitions. Most of the ones my mother taught me were in rhyme, so they made them easy to remember, just like step on a crack, break your mother's back. I remember this one was always one that I thought was interesting because my mother hated these little critters. If you wish to live and thrive, let a spider run alive. There you go. Or how about, a Friday's night dream on a Saturday told is sure to come true before it's 9 days old. Here's one for cats. Hey, Browan, you want to come up and be with here for this one? Come on in. Come on. There he is. There's Browan. Well, this one's about cats. Doesn't apply to Browan. A black cat with white toes carries trouble wherever it goes. Or how about this one? This one's probably a little more common. It's about clipping your toenails and when is a good time to do it. Cut them on Monday, cut them for health. Cut them on Tuesday, cut them for wealth. Cut them on Wednesday, cut them for a letter. Cut them on Thursday for something better. Cut them on Friday, cut them for sorrow. Cut them on Saturday, see your sweetheart tomorrow. But cut them on Sunday, misfortune to seek, for Satan will have you the rest of the week. Well, there's just a few that I remember my mother saying when I was a kid growing up. There are some other ones too. They're, as I say, they're usually in poetic form, or rhyming form, whichever way you want to put it. And that makes them easier to remember. Now, how many of you were taught superstitious things by your parents, by your mother, your father, whatever, perhaps in a rhyme? I'd like you to share those with us. You can either leave a comment in the comment section below or do your own little video on superstitions you grew up with. Another one I always remember, it wasn't a rhyme, but my mother always said it was bad luck to turn back. So whenever we started out on a journey to go somewhere, even if it was just to go to the grocery store, if you forgot something and you had to go back and get it, my mother would make us sit down and count to 10. Because that was the only thing you could do to undo the bad luck that you caused by turning back. If you didn't do that, then before your journey's end, something bad would happen to you. So there you go. That was an interesting one. So it was bad luck to start off on a journey and turn back, and then start out on the same journey again. Sit down and count to 10. And then there's other superstitions. The walking under a ladder is bad luck. Well, to me, that's not really bad luck. That's just common sense. If there's a ladder up against a wall, it's probably there because somebody's working up above, and walking underneath is just asking to have something dropped on you. Whether it's a drip of paint or a can of paint or a hammer or whatever. So that's more of a safety thing, but to me that's a superstition in a sense that makes logical sense. some of the other ones, I'm not too sure. If you wish to live and thrive, let a spider run alive. Well, I guess if it's a poisonous spider and you risk getting bitten by messing with it, you're better to leave it alone, but otherwise I don't know. I do know that years ago, well, probably long before modern medicine, spiders' webs were used to close small cuts. And so housewives would actually leave a few spider webs up in the corners of the rooms, not because they were pretty, but because they were handy for first aid if you got a small cut. The stickiness of the spider's web and its strength would seal the cut. Don't know how sanitary that was, but there you go. It's a first aid tip for you. Leave that spider web there just in case, right? The Band-Aid people would probably tell you a different story on that one. Alrighty, so please share some of the superstitions that you know. Whether you believe them or not, that's a different story, but I'd be interested to hear what they are. Final one I'll leave you with was one that was a friend of mine I worked with when I worked, back in the 70s. I worked in pulp and paper. And my good friend Billy that I worked with, who was from Arkansas, his mother, who was also from Arkansas, believed that if you drank milk while eating fish, it would kill you. And when they first moved to California from Arkansas and she got a job as a waitress, and somebody ordered fish and chips and a glass of milk, Billy said she almost went into a panic and went and found the manager to tell them because she was worried about somebody dying in the restaurant. So there's an interesting superstition for you. Don't drink milk when you're eating fish. Not good. Alrighty, hope you've enjoyed this, and now you're probably wanting a groaner. Well, two little boys were arguing with each other about whose dad was the best and whose dad had the most, etc., etc. You know how it goes. My dad can beat your dad, blah, 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 right? Well, the first boy said, my dad owns a sword that belonged to George Washington and a hat that belonged to Abraham Lincoln. And the other little boy said, that's nothing. My dad has Adam's apple. Alrighty. On that rather poor groaner, I will bid you adieu. Have a wonderful weekend, and until Tuesday, take care, stay safe, and God bless.